Hello and welcome everyone back to the Full Court Press podcast. This is the eighth episode of this podcast, and we've got an exciting announcement for all of our loyal fans. It's a bittersweet one. YouTube, the pioneer of online media creation, it's allowed so many people to get opportunities they wouldn't have dreamed of before the 21st century, but it's time for a new era. We have been acquired by Amazon Prime. So next episode, uh exclusively on Amazon Prime Video. You can't listen to it. Only the video.
Have
So
to
you
watch
can
it.
look at our faces. Yeah, so this is not a free and fair podcast anymore, but hey, $100 buyout, boys. How do we feel?
Feeling amazing.
Well deserved.
Congrats, Jalen. Well deserved. Well,
Uh
Pete,
No,
how are you?
yeah. Oh, dude, I'm pretty amazing. Other than it being like negative 1,000 degrees here in Philly, I'm doing really, really well.
Bros in
But like,
Philly.
okay.
I
But
forget like you live there. Wait, P. I'm dead. I'm so dead. I don't think of it. I'm like, bro, you're in Philly. Wait, do you ever get Philly cheesesteak? Yo, do you? I'm serious. Do you ever go to like a local?
everyone's gonna click off the video by now.
Shut up,
Okay, so I'm doing
bro.
well. So I'm doing well. But no, this like the past week and a half, 2 weeks, I've been going to the gym more, so that's been nice.
Nice.
Listening to Bill Simmons and the gang, the Rewatchables podcast, a lot of fun. I love that podcast. Last night, I had my first intramural basketball game,
How did it turn
co-ed.
out, Pete?
I had 16 points.
How many
What was
rebounds?
the
How many
score, man? What
rebounds?
was the you guys
I couldn't carry the team enough. We got beaten 78 to 61. To be fair, all the kids we're playing are seniors. They got like four kids over 6 feet. We
Damn.
got on my team two. We're all freshmen. So we put up a good fight, I'll tell you that.
Is
and
the
how many
gas
teams are in your
face?
league, Pete, that you're intramural league? How many teams are in it?
Oh, just me and this, just us and these other people.
What?
So by the end of the season, we'll know them pretty good.
Are you serious?
And we're creating a bit of a rivalry, Grud,
Are you? That's te that's terrible.
in the co-ed league.
You have
Dude,
a
the
pretty
men's league
sizable
has like
school.
30 teams.
Wait, why aren't you in that? Are there
I
are
couldn't
there
find a team. No one wanted me.
so you were a free agent?
No, I didn't even sign up for that.
Oh.
I was just like, I'll play this co-ed league
Wait, I'm
where
confused.
I'm on my buddy's team. But
Shout out,
In
Joe.
Interesting. Okay. That is interesting. They should just
Brendan,
add
how
you.
are you?
They should just add you to the other league. I'm sorry, you just broke my brain. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, school's been really kicking my ass. Some of these classes, it's just been my last semester was pretty easy, so like this taking some 300 level courses for the first time. It's pretty challenging, but I'm hanging in there. Doing well. This is a nice highlight to look forward to. Kieran, how about you? How are you doing?
I'm good. For those that don't know and haven't, paid attention to the other episodes, Grud and I are in a class together. We're in artificial intelligence. We sit next to each other. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool.
So
Brendan's always
awesome.
raising his hand. He's doing a great job. But yeah, and then Pete mentioned Bill Simmons. Fun fact about Bill Simmons, he's a Holy Cross alum.
Woo!
And Grud and I
Shut
both
up.
go there, and Bob Cousy's getting his jersey retired. February's
No,
probably no, he's
the
the
court.
court's getting named after him.
I don't
Jersey's
know
always
how it took him this long.
it's insane. But anyway, they're renaming the court after him, and I'll be on the radio that day calling that game with one of my buddies, Jake.
On
Very
what station?
WCHC Sports 88.1 FM, Worcester's only alternative sports.
Ah, that one,
Course,
yeah.
yeah. If you were to look it up, Holy Cross Radio, it'll be right there. But February 7th, we're calling the game. Very exciting stuff. But Bill Simmons is storied to be in attendance. So we might have our own celebrity row. Bob Cousy, Tommy Heinsohn, Brendan Grudberg, Bill Simmons.
I
GLP.
I don't want to be wrong here, but I do believe Tommy Heinsohn is passed on.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Kieran.
You're
R.I.P.
I'm
He's a,
sorry.
He passed away in 2020.
He's alive.
R.I.P. Tommy Heinsohn.
Yeah, rest in
Guy
power.
smoked cigs at halftime. What a legend. Still made the Hall of Fame.
And he has his jersey retired at Holy Cross. But yeah, Bob Cousy. Brendan, who you met, can we Jamie, can we pull up that clip maybe?
I did meet him. I wouldn't say I met him on a personal level. I more so entered his residence and listened to him speak among many
In a legal
people.
way or an illegal way did you enter
Legal,
his
legal. It was
residence?
through a club opportunity, but I didn't. I might have like shook his hand and said my name, but yeah, he was just going on about he's very old and it's impressive, his cognitive ability at this age. He's like in his 90s, and he was just going on about his time at Holy Cross. It was a good
That's
time though,
cool.
and I am, even though it's long overdue, I'm happy he's getting a piece of him uh enshrined in the Holy Cross campus.
Brendan, I think you're still living in a dorm that Bob Cousy was in. That was like his
For
senior
real?
living. I almost
I don't
guarantee it.
I don't think this was built back then.
Dude, I feel like those are so old.
Well, they have the Roman numerals outside, and I'm pretty sure
What's
it's
your
like 1960 to 1970
Ah,
around that time.
that's when he was hooping in
wait,
the.
Greg, what's your building called?
Might have retired. Healy Hall?
Healy?
Yeah.
Hey, well, anyway, let's get into it, man. I mean, I've had enough of this Holy Cross talk. Good.
Yeah.
What are we hitting first?
I think we should just, recap the NFL conference championships. I think that's the most relevant sports stuff. And even though we are probably more basketball guys as a collective, the three of us, we didn't even mention we're
We're
assholes.
pretty bad hosts.
We didn't
Well, Brendan,
mention,
you're a bad host.
I mean, by now, I hope you would have noticed because of his charisma and his contributions to this podcast. Our usual host, Conor Rourke, could not make it today, so we'll be without him. He's usually our NFL expert, but it's not like we're no slouches
Exactly.
in this game.
You know.
So I think we'll start with the first game of the day: New England Patriots versus Denver Broncos. Um, a weird one here, you know, stuck in a snowstorm here in New England, and I'm thinking, man, what if this game was in New England? They'd be playing through crazy snow, but little did I know the Denver forecast was similar to what we had over here, and this ended up being one of the only like snow playoff games I remember, like really snowy. And I haven't been following for that long, but anyway, what are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this one, I started writing my notes like early on. All right, three consecutive drives, punt, 12 total yards for the Pats, right? Then fourth drive, punt, 35. And then after that, I was like, holy shit, they can't move the damn ball. Like it was pretty sad watching him out there. Connor's guy, Jared Stidham, started off looking hot. I mean, he started off that first drive. Sean Payton like scripted it up very well done. Almost looked like busted coverage in the end zone for the touchdown. And then defense doing its job, and Jared Stidham does what a guy that hasn't started in a regular season or playoff game in 2 years, hasn't thrown a pass. Yeah, he threw it backwards and
Yeah.
Yeah.
gave the Patriots 10 yards, 10 yard field already in the red zone, and Patriots capitalized, and that was kind of,
That was it.
yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that play basically ended the game.
Yeah, because no one
And
could
it,
score.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that play, the drive that ensued, that allowed the Patriots to tie the game. But after that Stidham mishap, and once the snow started coming down, you just realized, I mean, a ton of missed kicks in this game. It was very unpredictable, I'll say. Like the final score doesn't do it justice. This game was very uncertain, even though there was only one score past that point. But yeah, that was one of the most embarrassing plays I can recall. Like, it's just like, what are you doing? Like, anyone could be an armchair quarterback and say whatever, but like, what are you doing?
No
Yeah.
hope.
And I think it was at the end of the first half or near the end of the first half, Sean Payton elected to go for it on fourth down, where they were in field goal range, and that would have put them up 10 to, I think it would have been 10 to 7 at that point.
Yeah.
But Sean Payton tried to go for the gusto. They missed the fourth down. And then after that, they didn't score for the rest of the game. So that play was pretty costly for them. And then One of Will Lutz's kicks in the second half was also blocked. Who knows if that would have went in with the weather, the snow and the wind, but it got blocked as well. The Patriots defense played a really, really good game. All they needed to do, especially in the second half, was stop the run, and they did that. I think this game, J.K. Dobbins was incredibly missed. I think even Bo Nix is like his legs as a rusher. He's really good as a rusher. He's crafty. He's big. So they missed that aspect of the game. And in the second half, Jared Stidham, like, not even Drake May could pass in the second half, or they didn't let him pass. So it's like you can't really blame him for that. But yeah, it really sucked that the weather messed this game up because who knows if Jared Stidham would have had a better second half after whatever the mistake in the second quarter. But yeah, it was definitely, it wasn't that bad of a game to watch, actually. I would
No.
say I was pretty entertained, even though it was a lot of punts and stuff.
Yeah. The missed field goals at the end definitely made it more entertaining because
No.
it's like it was just a bunch of up and downs, back and forths, like, oh, this is gonna do it, and then they brick like a 30-yarder. Uh, but how about that Drake May game-winning run? Apparently, it was like an audible. It was like an ad lib. He just
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to do it, but just trusted himself, made the play, and yeah. What were you guys' thoughts on that?
That was tough, dude. I thought he was gonna get caught up to. I really did. I was like, oh my God, this is, he's gonna get caught up to. It's gonna force give the Broncos maybe another chance. And in this game, another chance. They had a short field like the possession before or something like that, where the Patriots punted out of their own end zone. But it would have been this really entertaining thing. Oh man, the Broncos have another chance. But yeah, that was, championship DNA type stuff from our guy Drake May. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, no, that play was really nice. He threw a nice stiff arm there against a big old linebacker. Yeah, when I watched the play over and they showed the replay, I was like, "Oh, he put him right to the ground there." But yeah, Drake May the whole game was doing well on the ground. Where that's like I said, that's where the Broncos were missing. Where Drake May was able to use his legs a lot, Jared Stidham not as much. That like obviously Ramondre Stevenson wasn't doing well on the ground either. So it's like if your running backs can't do anything, you need a QB to be able to move on his legs. So that was definitely the difference where Drake May was the better quarterback in this game, just because the run game was just not a factor.
And that's the thing, right? In a game like this, it's like, all right, you need the run games to be good, and both of them were abysmal.
Yeah.
It was disgusting, man.
Yeah, well, it's also
Henry, huge.
sorry, it's also tough to have a good run game when the
They know you
conditions make the defense anticipate the run, you know?
definitely. But even before that, like the rush game, like
Yeah.
I was not really moved by either rush attack.
P,
It is
this'll
interesting.
this'll strike a nerve with you. Travion Henderson 3 to Ramondre 25.
It's insane.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I just looked at that. It's disgusting. Vrabel's the worst, but in a game like that, like seriously, Ramondre Stevenson is the bigger back. If you
Yeah.
want, they're just trying to get chunk yards. It makes sense. Like Travion Henderson's a big play back for the most part. I mean, he's good as well, but yeah, I think that was the right play. Giving Ramondre all the carries. It would be interesting. Just on another note, if J.K. Dobbins did play in this game, I wonder if it would have been a different outcome.
I
Where
think I think
that,
it could have been. I like RJ Harvey, like even in good conditions, is not this
yeah,
amazing runner. He's a passing
Pretty
back.
low tier
Yeah, yeah.
starter.
So it's like, obviously he's a rookie and all that, but to speak on, the Ramondre Travion point, like it's, I think Ramondre would have to break both legs before Vrabel decided, hey, you know what, maybe I'll give Travion Henderson more carries because it's ridiculous, man. I mean, 25 to 3, I understand what you're saying, Pete. But it's
no,
like
you're right.
Ramondre's got
Three is a disgusting number for a running
three.
back who played so well in his first season.
3 out of 28 carries. And like Ramondre's not like it's not like Travion Henderson is this fumble problem guy and Ramondre isn't, and Ramondre is this amazing ball carrier. Like, no, Ramondre has horrible fumble problems.
Yeah.
So I
And
thought
Trey also Ramondre wasn't working. Like
no,
no
he
running
was.
back was working. So I don't just put in like
Yeah.
a different guy. Like if Ramondre was getting like 4 or 5 yard runs in these conditions, okay. But like he was getting stopped at the line as well.
That's
Averaged
what I thought
under
Travion
3.
was injured. I thought he
Yeah.
was injured. I was like, oh shit, maybe Trey hadn't hurt himself and he's not going to be available for the Super Bowl. But no, very
Yeah,
happy.
I think I think if Bo Nix plays this game, I think the Broncos win. So
Definitely.
yeah,
It's a valid
that's
assertion.
just
I mean, there was a lot of variables in this one. Obviously, the Jared Stidham thing is gonna forever put a not an asterisk because that kind of imply that has a negative connotation that like the Patriots didn't deserve it. But it's there's gonna be question marks about this matchup. But I think honestly, I think the weather was a bigger factor than Bo Nix not playing. Not saying like it hurt the Broncos more because obviously Nick's playing like would have done better. I just think it was a really weird game because of the weather more so than because Jared Stidham was playing, if that makes
no,
sense.
I agree with that. I mean, Drake May threw 21 passes, so it's like this game affected everybody. Not even Drake May was like given a shot to throw the ball that much. So like I see your point, Grud.
In that regard, I almost disagree though, because it's like they both had to play in the weather. So with Bo Nix, you wonder, and I understand that that limits, like you're saying, Pete, right? Like Drake May didn't get to huck the pigskin, but like in the same vein, it's like you wonder if Bo Nix prior to when the weather got bad, right? Is he gonna pass it backwards? You would assume not, right? Like there were some brain farts on Stidham's end. There were some throws that you think, all right, maybe Nix probably could have made that, or decisions he could have made better because that my favorite graphic the whole time was when I think we're deep in the fourth, and they're showing, all right, this is the first quarter at this time, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful green grass, and second quarter, it's still green, but it's a little bit darker. And then yeah, start of the third, a little dusting, and then middle of the third, you're like, holy shit, man, what the hell happened?
No, it was like a 5 minute period, and it just like the field turned completely
Yeah.
white.
They had
It
to
was ridiculous.
snow blow the lines in
Yeah,
5 yard increments, which I kind of like when that happens because it's like
yeah,
they can't you can't see the individual yard markers. So it just feels like the refs do spot the ball on vibes anyway, but like especially so here, it's like we're playing MFL in the AFC championship game. Like what's going on? Kieran, I just want to touch on this briefly. I wasn't saying that like the snow hurt the Broncos more than like the snow hurt both teams equally. I'm not arguing otherwise. I'm just saying that made this game weirder than Jared Stidham playing did, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I could definitely see that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm,
Was that a Drake May MVP performance? I know it doesn't the playoffs doesn't matter for MVP voting, but
I'm
I mean, if we're talking about MVP for performances, Matt Stafford put up an MVP
just gonna say,
performance.
yeah.
So let's move on to that game, Brendan.
all right, buddy. Why don't you take us in?
So, I mean, the Rams and the Seahawks gave us more cinema. It was beautiful what they gave us. Another signature game from Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua. Devontae Adams got his in this game. And Sam Darnold silenced a lot of people in this game. 300, it was around 350 yards.
346.
I think it was two touchdowns,
346, yeah.
Three touchdowns.
three touchdowns. You see, I don't know anything. But Sam Darnold's got his lick back against a lot of people. He showed he can play in the big moments here. But it was a really fun game to watch, going down to the wire there at the end. So, I think these were my best two teams in the NFL this year, Seahawks, Rams. So, yeah, I wish it was a different outcome, but I'm obviously happy for Sammy D.
I was rooting for those Seahawks, man. I like that team a little bit better. I just think the defense, when Sam Darnold's playing like not, big game Sam Darnold from last year, he's great, man. I mean, and he showed it this game. Like, Grud, you mentioned last podcast the interception problem he'd had against the Rams prior to this. And then he had an insanely clean game. He looked amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that this isn't a Sam Darnold thing, but that JSN catch was just, oh
Oh,
my
the one
God,
hand.
the one-handed. I
That
was
was
like, how the
beautiful.
heck did
So
that get in his hand?
smooth. If not the
Yeah,
most impressive, it was like the smoothest catch I've ever seen.
yeah. There was that Rashid Shaheed, like beautiful ball.
To start off the game.
Yeah, that was amazing. So So, and you guys mentioned that last week, how important Shaheed would be for this game and the defense, man. I really, I've been a fan of Nicky Manwari, the rookie cornerback, but I mean, oh my God, I like fell in love with this game after this one. It was amazing, man. It was the complete opposite of that first game in all the best ways. Like the first game was, if you like defense, if you like weird stuff going on, hey, you got that in the Pats, Bronco.
Yeah.
If you like a fireworks show, everything that's great about offensive football and defensive football, hey,
Mhm.
watch the second game, man. Seahawks Rams. It was phenomenal. Both quarterbacks put on a light show, receiving duos, everything. My guy, Kenneth Walker, man. I highlighted him last week. He had himself a really nice game. But yeah, there was that last the one thing I want to touch on as well is Reek Woolen when I thought that was such a soft call. He must have said something truly outlandish. One of the last plays of
Yeah.
the game, he shuts down Puka, and then gets flagged for unnecessary, like unsportsmanlike conduct.
No, it's yeah.
And when you look at back, like he didn't take his helmet off, he's just jawing with the sideline, which seems like that's what players normally do when they shut someone down. And then right on the next play, he gets cooked on a route by Puka, and then Puka's all, not in his face, but he's pointing at him, talking to him. So yeah, I thought that was some good stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I sorry, Pete. I want to transition this, not transition, we're still on this game, but I think this game, just how they did it on the big stage here, I think I'm ready to say like JSN and Puka are the two best receivers in football. I really don't. JSN has been doing this level of production for 1 year. Puka's been doing it every season of his career. And
Yeah.
like I feel like there's this implicit bias against them when you're talking sports just among anyone because it's like they're not the fastest players. They're not like the most freakish athletes who had these crazy draft profiles. Like JSN was a late first, Puka was like a fourth or fifth rounder. But the way they just get open and produce, you know, both having 150 yards each in an NFC championship game, I just think there's nothing holding me back. At the end of the day, you gotta value the production, and these two are doing it like nobody else. Our good friend Connor, our good host, I brought this up and he said, Jamar Chase is in there too. And I get that. Jamar Chase last season had an unbelievable year. So, I can't leave Jamar out of that conversation. But these two are special, man. And it was awesome to see. There was that JSN one-handed catch. I think arguably just as good or just as cool was when like he was going deep in the red zone. Darnold threw it to him, and then JSN like it was out of bounds. JSN just like snagged the hell out of the air, just brought it in, like didn't make any expression, just tossed it away like out of bounds. Next down, let's go. But it was like such a smooth catch, and like yeah, they're inevitable. They're inevitable. It's kind of a cliche, but it's true. And yeah, I enjoyed this game more than the last. But both were great in their own right.
Yeah, and even the ending, right, was amazing. You know that, like I mentioned, the Reek Woolen flag, and then they get scored on. And then on the last possession of the game, where the Rams are trying to get down the field, and Puka, his shin just comes down in bounds, and they don't have time to get their last playoff. But they were
Mm,
what, within 50 yards at that point? They were close enough that Stafford probably could have tried something in
Yeah.
the end zone there. But yeah, that last play that would have been amazing. But yeah, I mean, great game.
yeah, I low-key wasn't paying attention on the last drive. Because I was like doing homework by that point, like while I was watching the game, and I look up and I see Puka makes that catch. I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna drive, like they might have a chance. And then I see the clock ticking down. I'm like, oh no, the game's over. What the hell? Like, admittedly did not was not as locked into this one as I should have been. And it's unfortunate. My procrastination got the best of me. I was doing the same homework assignment through both games, and I really didn't do shit on it throughout both games, but it was still on the computer screen. Whatever.
Oh man. No, dude, I love it. I know we're talking about Super Bowl next week, but I do want to say my early Super Bowl prediction is I think the Seahawks are going to kill the Patriots.
Wow.
My final score is somewhere I think Seahawks are going to be in the 30s. the Pats are going to be in the teens, man. I have a feeling, or maybe low 20s, 21, but I think it's going to be something around like 38-21, 31-17 around there.
Interesting.
I,
Yeah.
I might be agreeing with you.
Yeah, the dark side, man. Love that nickname.
LOB 2.0. I again, I think we're gonna save a lot of our Super Bowl prediction and coverage for next week, but I do want to say when the dust had settled from this championship weekend and I was just, on Twitter or whatever looking at all the posts and I see like all the graphics for the Super Bowl and I see like Patriots Seahawks together, like that just did something to me, man. It just made me so nostalgic for a time that I missed so dearly, like
Dekubop Dombe, Dekubop Dombe.
third grade. That Super Bowl was like the first one it was the first one that I was like an actual NFL like sports fan for. And back then I had this idea that like if I chose to root for someone in a game, like I had to go balls to the walls for them. And like I also thought as a Giants fan that I had to hate the Patriots just as much as I love the Giants. So I was rooting for the Seahawks so hard in that game. But my dad was rooting for the Patriots because he respected Bill Belichick for winning the Giants Super Bowls as like defensive coordinator, I think. So he's like, yeah, I respect Belichick. When Malcolm Butler got that interception at the end. I didn't like really see it, and my dad stands up. He goes, "Interception!" And I was so pissed. I started like crying and shit. Like, I don't know why. I was like so down bad for the Seahawks to win, but I hope it's as good as that game. At the very least, it better be better than last year's Super Bowl because that shit sucked.
No.
Yeah, I didn't even watch last year's Super Bowl.
Really?
I was in Argentina at that
Oh,
point,
right.
so I didn't even have a chance. I mean,
Was that when you were like off the grid?
yeah, I was completely off the grid.
Really?
For those that don't know, I was in Argentina for a year, so I missed March Madness. I missed the Super Bowl. It was like every sports thing that I wanted to watch, I was like gutted because I couldn't watch it.
Wait, like you literally couldn't?
March
Or
Madness, I couldn't watch.
why, you were like blocked or something?
Yeah, like
Damn.
all the apps were that you could access from here were blocked down there.
You get a
Um,
VPN.
I was thinking about
Our
it.
new our new sponsor, Surfshark VPN. Use code
Yeah.
Full Court Press. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, and then Super Bowl, I forget why. You know what? I think we might have gone out to a bar to watch a little bit, but it wasn't this great viewing
I mean, it
experience.
was a snooze fest. Like the game
Yeah,
was over by halftime.
yeah,
It was a joke.
yeah.
The final score was 40-22. I'm pretty sure it was 40-0 at one point. Like that
Yeah.
Eagles got some Garbo time touchdowns. Or sorry, Chiefs did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. But more coverage next week.
Yeah, of course. We'll do our whole preview. We'll do our Gatorade color predictions. We'll do our heads versus tails predictions, sponsored by FanDuel. Cover the halftime show,
Yeah.
the Bad Bunny. You know, it'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
fun. It'll
Yeah,
be a lot
baby.
of fun.
But now
Um,
some NBA, huh?
go on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
let's get
I
into the good stuff.
I wanna bring up one thing. I have it on the doc. I was adamant about talking about this. The Pro Bowl is not really it's not really a relevant event. People when the Pro Bowl selections come out, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, nice." But then by the time the game comes around, a lot of players opt out. We end up seeing some interesting selections. This year, I'm going to be watching the Pro Bowl because I don't know. It just seems like perfect timing to watch the Pro Bowl this year. You know, it just seems like the right time. Perfect time.
Perfect time.
Shador Sanders is a Pro Bowler. We need to cancel this event.
It's just so stupid.
Oh man.
No, it's like when
Imagine this
Zaza was
was
voted in and the league had to step in. They're like, get out of here, man.
yeah, I mean people obviously gave it shit cuz it's Shador and like he's just in a microscope. It's like Bronny, but there was one worse. Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl like
Yeah.
2 years ago because
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
much worse.
all the players opt out and it's just like the 15th guy. If this was in the NBA, it'd be like if fucking Sandro Mamukelishvili was suiting up for the Eastern Conference All-Stars because the last like 18 power forwards decline. Like, bro, this
Shout
shit's
out
massive.
Mamu though. Shout out Mamu, man.
Hey,
He's
good
something.
fantasy waiver wire pickup.
And he's been huge for those Raptors, man. I
Fills
mean,
the
he's been
stat
great.
sheet. Yeah. Yeah, because Pirtle's been out. But yeah, we'll get into some NBA. We will talk about the All-Star our All-Star predictions later on for the NBA, which is a more relevant event in our opinion. But we just gotta talk about some NBA current events. First of which being the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know, we had a few segments earlier on in this podcast, earlier on in the NBA season, and I wanted to emphasize this team. I was like, guys, we got to talk about the Thunder. They're like 25-1. They're doing so well. We want to talk about them. Will they break the wins record? We might have put some dip on our chip too much because the Thunder right now, I think last night was their 11th loss of the season, and since the return of one number 8 Jalen Williams, they have not been super remarkable. Um, so I guess I just want to get a gauge of like, are you guys sounding the alarm bells about them? You know, are they still your favorites? What's going on here? What do you think they can do? Should they make a trade? You know, let's just talk some Thunder.
Well, I mean, this team is just so I hate using the word perfect, right? Because obviously they're not perfect. They have 11 losses. They're 6-4 in their last 10. But I just the way this team has been built with not trading for stars, with not blowing up the core to go for Giannis, right? Which is another thing we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Um, like they Sam Presti, Mark Dagnall, they're Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, they're consistent. The way that they kind of choose how they do things has been a great process, right? And you saw it led to a championship last year. Dagnall, coach, and those Thunder players played as one of the best defenses in the modern era. They were phenomenal. So I'm not worried. There's always going to be growing pains when you get a new guy like Jalen Williams in the fold. Obviously, he's been back for a little while now, but just in general, like I think the Spurs around the in-season tournament kind of figured them out, right? They were 25-1, 24-1, and then Spurs came knocking. And they looked really good against them. And, other teams kind of took notes and said, all right, the Thunder are beatable in this way and that. But I just think come playoff time, this team is too deep, too good. They have the star power, they have the role players. They're gonna have at least they're gonna not at least they're gonna have two all-stars. So it's just like and two deserving all-stars. It's not just because they're that good that they're gonna get it. Like Chet is an all-star. He's been that good defensively, even offensively, he's become a Robin with Jay Will being out for so long. So I still have a lot of faith in this Thunder team. I can see maybe the Spurs in the playoffs, but they just got killed by the Thunder a couple weeks ago. And
Yeah.
then the Nuggets, I love the Nuggets. So, and the Nuggets, I think, look better than they did last year. So that's the one team that I think can give them a run for their money.
Nuggets have been hanging out without Jokic too.
Yeah.
They went
Well, yeah,
10
we'll
and
we'll get to
6.
that. We'll get to that in a little. P, you got anything to add?
Just like for a lot of that of them losing some games, Hartenstein was out, so that's a big
Yeah.
thing. Like when
Yeah.
he's out, they struggle rebounding the ball a lot because he's obviously a big body in there with Chet, get some rebounds. Like Kieran said, this team is really deep, so like there's no alarm bells going off with this team. Like as long as Shea is healthy, this team is a contender. Like this team is, I think, still my favorite to win the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Like it's always going to be like, oh, can this team top the Thunder? It's not, oh, are the Thunder competing with these teams? So yeah, I think Hartenstein being out was a big reason for some of those losses. But yeah, Kieran touched on a lot of it.
Yeah. I think, this stretch they've had beyond like the 24-1 start, I think it was, it hasn't been the most encouraging. Doing some quick math, they're 12-10 since then. No, 14-10 since then. That's not great, but it's good. And they're obviously 38-11 on the year. They're by far first in the West. I want to see how the rest of the season shakes out. I'm confident that they will shake out some of these weaknesses come playoff time, but they're not as much of this like dominant favorite as we anticipated them being. You know, they're the reigning NBA champs. They start the season winning 24 of the first 25 games, and we're like, all right, how is anyone going to lose to them? But we're seeing a lot of the flaws come out. Outside of SGA and J-Dub, like they don't really have many great on-ball creators. One guy who stepped up big in that role is AJ Mitchell, who's been so big off the bench. You know, really love his game. He kind of looks like a taller Brunson out there. Obviously not as good, but like aesthetically, I love AJ Mitchell's game. But yeah, they've got a lot of guys out there who can't really get themselves a bucket. Like Cason Wallace isn't the best offensive player. Dort kind of sucks offensively. Caruso's not the greatest. And they're not shooting the ball particularly well either. Chet's having a good 3-point shooting season, but especially in this, you know, they're shooting 35.8 from the season as a team. Like Cason Wallace, 35%, Lou Dort, 35%, and most of those are wide open. Caruso, 30%, J Dub, 30%. Like SGA is the engine of this team, but at some point, if they're not hitting shots, like it's gonna get tougher and tougher for SGA to just ISO every single possession. And he's talented enough as a scorer, shooting 56% from the field. Like he's gonna get his. It's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, I think they'll be fine. I want to add one more thing. It's a damn shame. Like I know this is a radical rule change, but it's a damn shame that the NBA playoffs are seeded by conference because the Western Conference playoffs may as well be the NBA playoffs this year. I don't think, no offense to the Knicks guys, I don't think any team in the East has any chance. Like, I would take probably 4 or 5 Western teams to win the championship before one team from the East. And if it's 5, one of those teams is going on in the first round. Like, that's
It's
ridiculous, bro. Like, it's gonna be a lot of fun, um, but it is a shame that they can't all compete for a title.
yeah. And this
When
is this is if like this is without Giannis in the West, right? Like there's a chance
Oh my God.
Giannis Antetokounmpo like
Well,
gets
it's not like he's
traded.
making the playoffs in the East either. The Bucks fucking blow.
But like next year, right? Giannis
Yeah.
could be in
Oh
the
my
West. It's
God.
like, oh my goodness, man. What?
Best player in the East is like Cade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like, oh my God,
yeah, it'd be
dude.
crazy, man.
Yeah. I feel like at that point, Adam Silver needed to use some executive power,
Yeah.
realign the NBA.
Need to do something. Like,
Okay, so you
well,
guys, you guys are Eastern enough in the United States.
I
Magic, why don't
think
you guys get in the West?
with the expansion teams, they might end up doing it because they're adding
Yeah,
two in the West, in the Western
yeah.
side.
Well, it might. I mean, expansion doesn't look so guaranteed right now. I hear they like go back on it. I don't know. Yeah, we don't need
They've
to
been talking
talk.
about it for so long. I think it's inevitable.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's inevitable. It's just I don't know if it's gonna happen as recently. Like,
it's
they want to
inevitable.
focus on their like weird Europe shit before they add a team back to Seattle.
So interesting. Yeah. I mean, I get it. You're trying to make it a more of a global game, but it's kind of like, come on, dude.
It's
It's
all about
Seattle.
the revenue, bro.
About the Mets, baby. Let's go Mets. But
Um,
Giannis, speaking of
yeah,
trade rumors, man.
could.
Finally, well, Giannis trade rumors. You could say that at any point in the past like year. But this is
Yeah,
like Giannis Antetokounmpo says, "Hey, I'm ready to move on, man."
and they need to get him out. They need to ship
they
him
need to
off
finally do it.
because it's terrible what the Bucks are doing to him. Like the team is just bad, and
So
Doc
bad.
Rivers is bad. I want him to have a good coach. I want him to be on a good team, and so yeah, the two teams that I'm like out of the teams that are in the buzz, I would like the Warriors or the Heat.
Mm.
I think the Warriors because him and Curry is just like unfair, and then the
Said the
Heat.
same thing about
I
Dame.
no, well, Dame isn't Curry,
I'm half joking.
but no, you are kind of right.
Yeah.
But and then the Heat because the Heat are a team that can prove they can win year after year. Like Spo is just a really good coach, so I think like even if they are going to obviously have to offload a lot of their assets for
Mm.
Giannis, but like he's going to be on a team that can prove like with a proven coach. He's going to
Yeah.
have some pieces around him. They're probably still going to have Bam. So I do like Giannis like going to the Heat of the Warriors.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like
Go
that too.
Kieran.
But like what would the Heat give if not Bam? Like
I've got Gibbs, or my friend Gibbs,
he had a
friend of the
great package.
show, friend of the show. He's been talking to me a lot. He wants Giannis to the Heat really, really badly. He's a Heat fan,
Obviously. Yeah.
and the package that he suggested, and it kind of requires some hoops. So he's saying first we got to trade Wiggins so we can get a first round pick or two extra because right now it wouldn't be enough.
Right.
So he's saying like the Lakers should get Wiggins and we'll get two first back. I don't even know if the Lakers have first. He
And
said
two
the
first for
theoretical
Wiggins is too
package.
much.
Yeah, I don't think any team would do that. But this is his theoretical package. I want you guys to say if the Bucks would take this. So it would be Tyler Hero for the salary match, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, and Kasparis Yakuchonis, their first round pick this year, who hasn't really played much, and four first round picks. Would you take that if you're Milwaukee?
None of those like Jonas I watched in the summer league against summer league players, and I understand like rookies into the league like in summer league they're bad. You have a whole video on it on Jerry Piece actually. Fun fact, everyone.
GLP.
Um, but he didn't really impress me in summer league, and yeah, he's played sparsely. Uh, Tyler Hero is cool, but he's
He's kind
like
of a proven asset at this point. He's not like intriguing. Like he is what he is.
yeah, and Khalil Ware, I think in today's NBA, like a, a center, unless it's like an upper echelon center, is not like it's not this huge needle mover. I don't think unless you have like a solid like with Brook Lopez, his value was tied to Giannis, right? Like when he was on those teams, he was super duper valuable, or he's their value is tied to being on a good team. Like Brook
And
Lopez in and
and
of
he
himself.
was a very good fit with Giannis because of his
Yeah.
shooting ability. I'll say this on Ware. I think he could totally be unlocked. Like Spo has he's given him very inconsistent playoff playing time. There's a lot of like concerns about his like motor or whatever. The dude can fucking hoop, man. Last night, 12 points in 12 minutes, three threes. Like every time he starts, he hauls down like 15 boards. I don't really know what the issue is there, but he played like 12 minutes last night. And if I'm Milwaukee, that's the most intriguing asset I'm getting back. You're getting back a guy who's like 20 or 21, 7 footer with great skill. That being said, Khalil Ware is like the most intriguing asset you're getting back, and then you're getting some first round picks from a team who, with Giannis, you're expecting them to be good. I guess they'll be far enough in the future. Like it's like when the Nets got Harden. It's like the Rockets got the Nets picks. It's like, oh, by the time, whatever. The point is, it's just so hard to judge the value of the return because the Bucks are like, shit, we don't want to settle, but we also got to take what we can get. And there's not really a team other than OKC who can offer like an obscene amount of assets. Nor is there a team who wants to do that because in today's NBA, you can't just have Giannis and be good. Case in
Mhm.
point, the Milwaukee Bucks. They have Giannis and they fucking blow. Even when he plays, like they're not that good. And I think the Heat would run into a similar issue. They'd have this like quasi big three with like Bam and Norman Powell. Like, oh man, they're going places. Like, they'd be good, but I don't know. I think the team that makes the most sense is probably OKC because they would be the best highest bidder if they went through with it. What were you gonna say, Kieran?
Or the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs would be
Yeah.
very intriguing, man.
They said they're not interested though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you can come up with a package from San Antonio that you're like, holy man. A,
Yeah.
that's super enticing for Milwaukee. B, Giannis and Wemby. And you're keeping one of Stephon Castle, Darren Fox, or Ron Harper. You know what I'm saying?
Dylan
And
Harper.
Dylan Harper. Like, you're keeping one of those three, and you have those two, and they have a lot of depth. Obviously, they've got a good pick trove. Anyway, Pete, what are your thoughts?
No, I definitely agree that like the Spurs or the Thunder could give up a better offer, but like you were saying, like Tyler Hero, he's just cool. Like we talked about Khalil Ware. Jaime Jaquez is fine. He's good. But like they're obviously not getting anyone that's going to move the needle. Like Tyler Hero is probably like the third option on a championship level team where
Well,
like
they're not looking to
the
move the needle.
obviously
They're looking to rebuild.
no, I know, but like whatever. Tyler Hero is just going to be like rotting there for a couple of years on a bad team. So yeah, I think if they want like if they're gonna do a deal, they're gonna want something like the Spurs, where they're gonna get like a Dylan Harper, they're gonna get a De'Aaron Fox, they're gonna get a Stephon Castle, something like that. So, like, I know that's probably too good to be true in this scenario where they're probably not gonna get something like that. Or, yeah, like Kieran, you said this, they'll maybe wait till the offseason to move Giannis.
Mm.
So, yeah, I don't really know what to think. I'm not good with salary cap and stuff like that, especially with the second apron now. I don't know how, I'm not great with how the
I
trades
did
work, but.
research that for a video, so if you got any questions,
I actually did watch that video, but it may have went
thank you.
over my head, Brent.
No, yeah, I didn't want to explain too much because I know it's just like it's a lot of mumbo jumbo. I tried
It
putting in
was
the
a great
best
video, though.
layman's terms. Thank you. I think it's the worst performing video on my channel, but who cares?
What a bunch of dicks, bro. I loved it.
One of them's got to be the worst.
That's true. I mean, they're all bangers, man, and they all have pretty great what's the word? Um, you know?
Value.
No. Interactions or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
That's not the right word, but you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you're saying.
But hey, all right. Is there any other topic we want to hit before All-Star? Because I have a little game to move us into All-Star.
Yeah, I do want to I had a few other things that we could talk
Oh,
about briefly. Just little current events. Jokic returning tonight.
The GOAT.
I'm watching
Kieran,
that game, baby. I'm excited.
Kieran, when I asked if you checked the text, I know you didn't check the text because I gave you a supreme rage bait on a platter. I said Pete
What'd you
said
say?
Jokic returning tonight. I said eighth best player in the NBA is coming back. Nice. No one.
But I know you're trolling. Like Yoke is just different, man.
Eh?
Okay, I'm not
I'm
doing
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
this.
Yeah, I
He's
mean
the best player I've ever seen with my two eyes. And I've
he's
watched
number
LeBron, I've
five.
watched Kevin Durant, I've watched fucking Steph Curry. Nikola Jokic, man. It's the best.
He's number five for sure. All right, he's the best player in the world. We're not doing this.
So good.
Um, but yeah, I think I guess this kind of connects back to what we were talking about with OKC. Like the Nuggets might be that best competitor if they can stay healthy, which they've struggled with this season. I think the Nuggets are probably the best team up and down in the West, other than
Aaron Gordon
OKC.
just went out, right?
Again?
Did he get injured again?
I think he went out again.
Oh man, because he had that hamstring injury that was bothering him.
Yeah, I thought he was
Yeah, in the
getting
playoffs.
reevaluated.
Oh, sidelined at least a month with the
Wow.
Yeah.
hamstring again, dude. Ah, that sucks,
Yeah, it's
man.
a
They
bang,
can't catch a
Joe.
break because Cam Johnson's been out, Aaron Gordon's been out, Jokic has been out. Like, damn, and yet they're still like third or fourth in the
Well, they're third.
West.
And something I want to talk about is I was doing some research because I think, we had a conversation in an earlier episode, who are the best Robins in the league. And I was, dying on the Jamal Murray hill, and he's been
Yeah.
freaking amazing. And in the games without Jokic, there have been 16 games played. They went 10-6, which without Nikola Jokic, in past teams when freaking Calvin Booth was the GM, they were like awful, like in minutes without Jokic. So that's a good sign. And isn't Big Val injured too? I can't
I think
remember.
he's been
No,
playing.
he's back
But
because I always see him on the waiver wire.
but anyway, like, in those Calvin Booth led teams as he was the general manager, thank God he got booted because he was wasting away Jokic's potential. 10-6 in those 16 games. And Jamal Murray missed 4 of those games. Do you guys know the
Right.
record in non-Jokic, non-Jamal Murray games for this Nuggets team?
This season,
This in those 4 games. It's very small sample.
4-0.
3-1.
Oh yeah, I do remember this. They actually did really well.
Three
It
and
was like
one without the two of them.
Spencer Jones
Spencer Jones,
legacy game.
my LinkedIn guy.
What? We'll talk about my guy. How about you guys talk about my guy on fantasy? Peyton Watson.
Oh, he's been
He's a
phenomenal.
baller, dude. He's a
Hey,
baller.
let me get in something about Peyton Watson. He's a restricted free agent this summer because they didn't agree on an extension. He must have bet on himself, and man, restricted free agency is weird these days because no team actually has cap space to like offer these guys and like lure them away. Because you can sign a guy, it's just the team has to match. I want the Wizards to throw a fucking bag at Peyton Watson because they're like the only team that actually has cap space. They could just throw Peyton Watson like 3 years, like 30 mil a year. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's like if you're the Nuggets, you're like, shit, I don't want to pay this. And if you're the Wizards, you're like, all right, we don't got to pay George Johnson for a while. So, like, why not?
Yeah,
We only got Trey Young on the books after this year. Chris Middleton's gone.
that's not too bad, Brendan.
Yeah.
But 3 years 30 for Payne Watson, man.
I know it's a lot.
Check
It's
out his fantasy point
no,
outputs.
it's a
Man,
lot,
his
but
stat is amazing.
Kieran, what I'm suggesting it only because the Wizards, they have the means to do it. You know, like the money has to go somewhere, and if as long as it's not like a super long-term deal that would fuck up their ability to sign their other young players, you know, they'd make it work.
Almost like the Bruce Brown contract Indiana gave out a couple years ago, right? Right after the championship. It was like
Yeah, although
25 a year.
yeah, he wasn't restricted, but it was the same deal where the
Same
Nuggets were like,
idea.
shit, I mean, we love you, but we can't pay you 20 mil.
Yeah.
Now he's back on like a vet minimum, so I see how that worked out.
Yeah. Well, and he's been pretty solid too, man. I
Yeah,
mean, he hasn't shot
good
the ball,
role player.
but he's a great role player. I mean, yeah, I'm a big Bruce Brown guy. I love what the Nuggets have done, and I'm so hyped, man. I'm so hyped for Yoke to be back, man. I love that guy.
Yeah. No, it'll definitely be interesting and good for your fantasy team, Kieran. I can't seem to I'm in a very good position in our league, but Harley Quinn and the Joker, man, they're still scaring me a bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Come playoff time, I don't know, man.
I think I got to make one or two more moves. Harley Quinn has been kind of stagnant as
Nobody
of late.
responds to trades, bro.
Dude, it's bad. It's like it's well because everyone knows it's just you and me. It's just
Yeah.
you, dog, right?
Hey, immaculate vibes.
Yeah, Immaculate Vibes versus Harley
The
Quinn.
I'm on
Indian
the come
Heart
up, dude.
winners. Indian Heart
I'm on the
winners.
come up.
Hey, Pete, man. Good for you.
Amen. Just amen.
Just
Dude, the team names in our league suck.
yeah.
Outside of me and you.
I think Harley
My
Quinn-
team is called the
Ima-
boys. I can't you
Immaculate
know.
Vibes is fire.
I like that. It's like Immaculate Grid.
It's a picture of me too.
Yeah, everyone's picture is just like themselves too.
It's like I think me like mine is me shaking Avi's hand or something like that.
Yours is like it's like you guys minging. It's all from the same photo shoot, like in
Yeah.
Mingo's backyard. Like he meets the one where he's like,
It's me and Ro.
I changed mine to just me at like the Catalina Darty, just like with the sunglasses on.
So stupid, bro.
Bro.
No, these are great.
You guys want to talk about the Clippers a little bit?
Oh yeah, that was I was about to say we're getting distracted a little. The fucking Clippers, man. Ty Lue said, I think in December maybe they were getting fried like 6-21. They fucking blew. Kawhi was missing time as per usual.
Yep.
And Ty Lue said something like, I still think we can go 35-20 to finish the season. That would put them at 500. My God, they're doing way better than that. 16 out of the last 19 games after starting 6-21. And I looked at their schedule. Like they haven't been playing the best competition, and they are still like kind of a flawed team. Like they almost lost to the Wizards like last week. So that's kind of my index to how a team's doing. Like, oh, you almost lost to the Wizards. What are you doing? But they do have some impressive wins. They've beaten the Lakers a few times, who are a good team. They've beaten the Pistons a few times. They beat the Rockets. Oh yeah, they do have some good wins. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't really know what to think of this team. They're not like a contender or anything, but I do like to see them doing well because they have two OGs at this point, two OGs that I think we're fans of, right? You guys are
I would
our
say
guys.
3 OGs.
Brolo?
We respect Brooke Lopez in
Oh
this
yeah,
house.
yeah. He is no. I was just thinking of like the superstars. Yeah, Brooke Lopez is obviously an OG.
3 OGs.
But no, you're right.
I'll go one
we
more.
we like Harden and
4
Cole.
OGs.
But
Give me another one.
What about 37-year-old Nick Batum? Dude?
Fourth
Yeah, Nick
quarter
Batum.
yelling, why the fuck
Or Nicole
Batum?
Azepeda.
Fourth quarter, wow, for two. But yeah, they're a team of likable guys, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I like Big
My guy
Zoo.
Chris Dunn from
Yeah. Hell
Providence.
Yes,
You always
yeah.
got to root for Chris Dunn.
absolutely.
What a career trajectory. He was like a top 5 pick, got traded to the Bulls, like then started to rehab his value. Goes to like the G League. He was on the fucking Capital City Go-Go Wizards affiliate. And now he's like starting on a playoff team.
Shaved his head.
It's really weird. Yeah.
Yeah, he's full bald now.
The only thing that would
Football.
make this better is that they still had Kai Jones.
Yeah, dude. Whenever they'd be on the court together, obviously it's like, all right, big one, little one. But
Yeah.
like when you're far away and it's just these two bald-headed guys, I was like, oh my
It's
gosh.
Kobe and MJ.
Yeah,
8 and 23.
I was like, oh my goodness, man. Yeah, it was. Yeah, some of those camera angles, I'm like, oh my gosh, who is Kai
Yeah.
Jones and who is Chris Dunn?
Kai Jones, what's this gonna be?
What do you bounce him off the wall?
Dude, Kai Jones and his like I'm happy he's doing better now, but Kai Jones in his like kind of drug era was like the best follow on Instagram, bro. He just posts some highlights of him like making a 3 in practice from like the security camera footage and with like Playboy Cardi in the background, and he'd have like crayons drawn on his wall. And he'd just be like, I can shoot. Mark Williams can't shoot. Nick Richards can't do that. Oh my God.
That front court for Texas, it was him and Jericho Sims.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
loved them in college.
And Greg Brown.
And yes, and Greg Brown. Um, they had, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, this is so off topic, but Cade Cunningham played them whenever he was in college, but that was an
I
amazing
remember
tournament.
watching that
One.
game.
Yeah. But
Was that in
anyway,
the tournament?
no, that was just regular season game.
Oh, okay.
They played, and that's when I first got put on to those three bigs. But
Yeah.
That's when I got put onto Cade. I think that was the first Cade game I
Yeah,
ever
Cade was a
watched.
beast at Oklahoma State,
Oh yeah,
from what I remember.
100%.
Yeah. One more thing we could talk about, the rookie of the year race. It's really a 2-horse race at this point, and they were shown off last night when we're recording this. Probably when it goes up too. I don't think I'm doing shit tonight. Con Knipple versus Cooper Flag, 2 special talents we've got coming in. What a performance by both of them last night. Cooper Flag stole the show with 49 in the win, but Con with 34. And Con can, like, not enough people are talking about how crazy his season is. He's averaging like 19 points on like 65% true shooting, which if you're uninitiated is a ridiculous margin for like a decent volume scoring wing. He is so much more than a JJ Redick, like the potentially racially motivated draft comparisons like to define him, and including myself. I didn't really think he had this in him, especially as a rookie. And I'll say this, the Hornets are not that bad of a team. They have been unlucky, I'll say. Their net rating is like that of a playoff team. They just like they win when they win by a ton, and when they lose it's like a little. So that helps them. But yeah, what are our thoughts? Who's the rookie of the year as of right now?
Hey, you want to go first?
I think just off like face value, people will take Flag as the rookie of the year. I would want
Yeah.
Knipple to win. And I don't know if you did this, you might have just said it as a mistake, but the Hornets did get the win last night against the Mavericks.
For
Like,
real?
yeah, yeah.
What?
So, yeah, they did. So,
Oh.
but yeah, I would like to see Knipple win,
Oh
but
shit.
I mean,
My bad.
Flag in his own right is having an amazing rookie season as well. This one is such a toss-up for me. I really don't know. I think they're both playing so well. Obviously, Knipple's like shooting the ball extremely well, and like Rudd said, he is like exceeding a lot of expectations. Like he's not just like a one-dimensional player. He can score on a lot of levels. He's really talented. So yeah, right now I think I would probably give it to Cooper Flag though. I think Cooper Flag's been the better player.
I think Knipple deserves it more, man. Team's got a better record. Like Grud mentioned, they're top 12 in net rating, guys. They're one of the 12 best teams in net rating. They're positive at 21 and 28
Yeah.
with a 1.8 net rating. And Knipple is almost Grud. You mentioned 64% true shooting percentage. I'll break it down easier. He's almost 50, 40, 90, folks.
Yeah.
48,
Crazy.
43, 90. Like, it's pretty insane. And he takes a lot of threes.
Yeah,
So otherwise, I mean, I don't know his 2-point percentage. But
56. I've
yeah,
got it. I've
so
got BB ref up.
so there you go. 56 from two, 43 from three, 90 from
And
the line.
nearly shooting 50% from the field overall, while 58% of your shots are from three. That's insane.
Yeah,
So Pete says flag, Kieran goes Knipple.
definitely.
I think it comes
I would
down
like to
to
see Knipple.
I understand that,
I
yeah.
think Flag's gonna win it. I would like to see
And
Knipple
I
though.
think you're
I'm
right,
just
Pete.
gonna say this
Narrative's got
briefly.
flagged.
You want to see Knipple win because it's the ball knower opinion. You feel me? It's like
Yo,
it's going
shut
against the
up.
grain. It like no,
Shut
I'm
up.
serious. Like it's like when people say like it's like the Knicks versus the Knicks versus the Pacers, and it's like everyone wants the Knicks to win, but like the ball knower's like I want the Pacers because they're niche.
Don't
Um,
call Sal a ball knower.
I
Sal's
want
not a ball
Exactly. Yeah.
I want the Timberwolves Nets finals. That's real basketball. Lakers Celtics no.
But it's
By
not
the way,
like
Um,
since
real
we
ball no.
talked,
Like Knipple's having a better season.
well,
yeah,
there is the defensive end.
Okay. You know
It
what,
does exist.
Brud? You make a very good point.
But the gap is like they're putting up similar numbers counting stats on offense. Knipple's just way more efficient. And I think that gap kind of I don't know. I think Flag's been more impressive just because of what he's got more responsibility. Like Khan is
yeah.
more of an off-ball player. But when the counting stat output is as close as it is, it's really splitting hairs. And I want to go against the grain. I do think Con Knipple deserves it more right now. The Hornets are a genuinely good team. Like I think are they in the plan right now? I think they are.
I think they're just
No,
outside.
they're just outside. Yeah, I
Sure.
think
I got it
the
right.
Hornets are a better team. Obviously, that's not all to do with Con Knipple, but they sucked last year. Um, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go Knipple, but this is gonna be a great rookie of the year race. Two
Yeah.
college teammates, and what a treat it is, man.
100%. And last thing I want to say is the advanced stats also go Knipple's way.
Mhm.
Just with O rating, D rating, and then box plus minus, value over replacement goes to Knipple, win shares per 48. Knipple's and just win shares in general. Knipple's really got
Well, that
flagged in the
helps.
next
Like his
category.
team is a little better, to be
It
fair.
is true, but it just in terms of value, Knipple's got you know defensive
Well,
rating.
The only thing I want to say, the last thing I want to say is the Hornets. I like Knipple. I like Brandon Miller. Kalk Brennan, that was a great draft pick.
Yeah.
Get LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges as
The
far
hell
away
out
from
of
this
there.
team as possible.
no, not Melo.
I hate Miles Bridges for obvious
Yeah,
reasons. And
fuck,
LaMelo,
fuck Miles Bridges.
I
LaMelo's
I don't
pretty
know.
good, dude.
I don't like watching him play, dude.
I know.
Jump
He
when you
doesn't
shoot a
he
three-pointer.
doesn't
Jump
play.
when you shoot a three-pointer.
But when they're
He
winning
gets like an inch
games,
off the ground.
when they're
But
winning
he's
games as
not
they have been, like you can't really fault him. Like he is this team. He is this team, the main engine, and they're doing pretty good. So
LaMelo Ball does not move me. That's all I have to say.
okay, fair enough. Like, get Miles Bridges away. I agree.
Definitely.
Yes, yes.
And
Get
they,
him get
it's
him
like
off every team, not just
Get him, yeah, get him out of the league.
I
out of
agree.
the league.
But they do have some trade partners allegedly with him. The Warriors being one of them who are interested.
Oh no, don't put him with Curry.
I know. Last thing I want to say. This is not on this topic. This is a new topic, and I was wondering your guys' thoughts. Amari Bailey, former UCLA one and
Oh, I
done,
just saw this.
was played 10 NBA games, right? And he wants to go back to the NCAA, play college ball. I'm just going to start us off here. I don't think that should be allowed. I understand, like, okay, I still have technically, you only play 1 year. You technically could say you have 3 years of eligibility left if you hadn't played professional ball. So I could see that argument, but I do think it becomes where do we draw the line,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Because LeBron James never went to college. Not saying LeBron would be like, oh, I want to go beat up on some college kids, in a college basketball game. But like where do we draw the line? Like LeBron has played a million games and he has not played college. Anthony Davis played one season of college basketball. Who's to say he can't be
Yeah.
like tomorrow? You know what, dude? I actually kind of want to play college ball again.
See, I don't understand this, and I think I'm pretty sure the rules prohibit this. I'm pretty sure when you declare for the NBA draft as a college player, you are foregoing your rights.
Not anymore. That
Not
They
anymore?
changed it.
changed that a couple years ago.
For real?
I think I forget who was the first like big case of guy who did it and then went back, but they changed it within the like past handful of years.
Well, there's been NBA draft picks who suited up in college and guys who went back to college this season, but none of them played in the NBA.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
They
If
exactly.
only,
you've
But you can
played,
declare and go
but they
back.
played in the G. What I don't get is they've played in the G League. Obviously, it's like it's not the NBA, but it's still a professional league affiliated with the NBA. The only difference is like you would get more shit if you came from the NBA, but that line I think the Charles because the James Najee guy who got drafted and now is playing for Baylor, he never played in the NBA or he never played in college. This Charles Bediako guy, he played at Alabama, went to the NBA, and he's just back. Like
yeah.
it's just
That's
so
what's
weird.
crazy.
It's like, bro, like he's just back on the team. He's back on camp. P, it's like if me and you suited up for the NH Nighthawks tonight, bro.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I'm not done. I'm not done with North Haven yet.
yeah,
It's
still
just
got something to
ridiculous. If
prove.
you, I think it should be if you get drafted. Like I do understand whatever might not be the best situation, especially with NIL now. You might get money if you go back to college, but like it really is ridiculous. Like there needs to be a line that's drawn. Like if you play in the NBA, if you get drafted and you play in the NBA, you cannot play college ball anymore. Like
Yeah,
that's just ridiculous to
but
me.
but then if you say that pro players can't um play in college, then what happens to all these European guys who are now playing college basketball? Like, are you willing to rule them out, even though they're coming to the States to get more money than they would make in Europe? I assume that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, Grant, I know it's such this interesting and intricate problem. And I don't know. I would rather if you play like I think if you're over the age of 18 what like I don't know again the foreign guys like I don't like if it's like a Luca, right? And they're playing for the one of those professional teams at 16 or something, and then they play at 17 and then 18 and then they go to college, then I could see that. But yeah, I just like James Najee was picked 31st overall, right? The
Yeah.
guy with at Alabama, Nate Oates, they usually have great defenses. They were, I think, a top 10 defense when that guy was in the lineup a couple years ago. And then they've not been great this year. And then Nate Oates goes, hey, you know what? You're playing in the G League. Just come back to school, man. Just come back. We love you,
Yeah.
man. We can win a national championship with you. And then this one now with Amari Bailey is like, this is I think this is definitely too far, right?
I think once the first NBA player plays, that's when the rules will get redrawn and like because the outrage from that there was enough from like the NBA draft picks or G League players, but now it's like
it's ridiculous.
no, you can't do this, and I think it'll honestly be a good thing because he might be the first, he'll be the first, he might be the last. I think the NCAA knows that this is bullshit and they'll do something about it.
Because even with NIL, right? It's like, NIL is kind of killing mid majors and obviously low majors are forgetting.
Yeah,
Mid
sucks.
majors are like nothing anymore. You really they're it's cool, they can make the tournament, but it's not like they're winning, right?
Well,
So
they can be good for a year and build up their program, but
Oh yeah.
instead of building up a program and becoming this good mid-major school like Gonzaga is, and they've, stood the test of time because they're already established. Now these mid-major programs, oh, you had a good season, you made the Sweet 16 as like a 10 seed long shot. All right, your coach has gone to some fucking Virginia Tech school. Every single one of your starters is playing at a Power 5.
yeah.
I personally for that reason do not like the product that college basketball has become. I know it's a point of contention like college basketball versus the NBA. To me, just putting aside any play style differences, I think for that reason, it's tough for me to follow the sport so closely when like every year is just free agency. And I'm not necessarily opposed to it because I like these guys getting paid for their work, but at the same time, it just makes it so hard to follow as a fan because you can't get attached.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah. We ready to do our All-Star?
Yeah, well, I've got a game
Very
to bring
ready.
us in, boys. I got something to bring us in. This is our episode 8 mini game. You guys have to eliminate these players one by one. I'm sending it in the chat so you guys
Oh,
got
thank
it.
you.
These are all, I don't know why I said 8. There are 10 players on this list. It's in alphabetical order. Um, you have to eliminate them one by one and land on the guy on this list with the most all-star appearances.
I think I'll be good at this.
Okay? So, Grud, you can start us off. Who is not the one with the highest all-star appearances?
Should I tell the viewers the names?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
we should.
sorry. Yeah, the names, obviously, the names are Bam Adebayo, Bradley Beal, DeMar DeRozan, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and Kawhi Leonard, who we'll talk about in the All-Star game format.
Okay. I have like a more raunchy one that I could do because I know it's not the answer, but I'm just gonna start off easy and eliminate my old pal from the Wizards, Bradley Beal. I believe he only made 3 All-Star teams, and I know that like yeah, he's not the most.
Brendan, he's tied for last with 3 All-Stars. Yep. Pete,
All right.
I'm gonna eliminate Bam.
Bam, my arch nemesis.
No.
Peter, Bam is number one on the list. No, Bam was tied with Bradley Beal. In
Yeah.
Okay.
last. Grud?
Okay. This might be risky. I don't think it's that risky. I don't think Devin Booker is number one. I think he has surprisingly low.
Grud, Devin Booker, 70 points in a game, baby. He is actually the lowest left. He's with 4.
Nice. I knew it wasn't a
Wow.
lot. He gets snubbed a lot or he's like injured.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I'm freaking scared, man. I have no idea what to think.
I'm just keeping track in the chat.
Um, I'm gonna eliminate MB.
He the number one all-star on this list has 7 all-stars in his career. Joel Embiid, known for missing some time, has 7 all-stars. Joel Embiid is
Oh,
the first one on the
dude,
list.
he's made it. You have. I think you're thinking too much recently. How he's so injured, dude. He made it like every year
He made it a
from
lot.
from
I
2018 to
I
20.
forget how old he is. I forget how old he
Yeah.
is.
Damn.
Sorry.
So
Hey, Brendan, I'm sorry.
Hey.
So I'll eliminate them
You're
in
good.
order. Karl Anthony Towns had 5, and the rest of the names had 6. DeMar,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell
You
had
know
6.
what? It would have been tough. I probably
Tatum
would
had
have picked
6.
Embiid.
Butler had 6, and Kawhi had 6. So it was all. I wanted to find someone with 7. Jokic also has 7, by the way. So he was a name I had on there.
Yeah. Jokic I could have got
I'm
because
sorry.
like
I'm sorry, Brendan.
no, you're good. You're good. In a way I could take this as a win because you were the one to eliminate it, not me.
Wow, Pete, and I put Embiid on there thinking like, oh shoot, maybe he will be picked, and he was. But yeah,
Cool, bro.
like who else do you guys think like who are you gonna eliminate next, Brendan?
All right, let's say you know what? If it was my turn,
Let's say
I
Pete eliminates Towns, the guy with the least.
Towns. All right. Hmm. I probably would have gone for Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Did we already eliminate? Because yeah, I know Mitchell didn't make his first one until like 2020 maybe, but I think he's made it every year since.
Yeah. He's about
Um,
to go 7.
and then I knew that Kawhi. I think you put Kawhi there because you'd think like, all right, Kawhi's been so good for so long,
Yeah.
like you'd assume he's number one. Kawhi kind of has that Devin Booker problem where a lot of years he's just injured, and by the time All-Star comes around, he's played like 15 games, so he doesn't make it. But yeah, Kawhi only has like 6, right?
Yeah, he's got 6. Yeah.
Hopefully, probably going to be 7 after this year, which we will get into.
Yeah. And I mean, and let's get into it, right?
Yeah, let's just do it. So how do we want to do this? I think we should, hmm,
I think,
maybe each say our lists and then we'll compare and we'll just talk about them, you know?
go ahead, start us off then.
I'll start
Who
us off.
compares?
So we'll start with the Eastern Conference, then we'll go to the West. So I'll start in the East. As a reminder, the starters are Brunson, Giannis, Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham, and Tyrese Maxey. All right, got it?
We have to pick 8 reserves due to the fact that Giannis is injured. We need an injury replacement.
Oh wait, is it not 8 reserves usually?
No, it's 7.
It's seven.
Oh no. All right. Well, I picked 8 in both
Indeed.
conferences. So these 8 are just my 8 because Giannis is gonna be injured, but I'm gonna have to cut one in the West, which I think I know who it'll be. Anyway, my Eastern Conference reserves right now, I've got Jalen Duren, your boy. I've got begrudgingly Cat. I've got Scotty Barnes, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jalen Johnson, Josh Giddey, and Michael Porter Jr.
Mm, okay.
Actually, wait, you know what? Shit.
Are you going back on your
Yeah, wait, I'm realizing like kind of shooting Giddey because people have been saying he's an all-star here. Uh, put Joel Embiid in for Josh Giddey.
what?
Yeah,
Wow, that's interesting.
sneaky.
I don't think Embiid's making it because of the games.
Yeah, that could be true.
Like he's
That could
played
be
less than
true.
30. And I know like I think Kawhi's gonna make it, but I'm pretty sure Kawhi has
Yeah,
Kawhi's played.
yeah, he
you
has
know
30.
what?
He's been playing a lot recently.
Yeah,
The
he's got
other, I
33.
just think Embiid is having a better season than Giddey. He's on a better team. And I just think like Embiid compared to my other two like toughest cuts, which by the way, now my honorable mentions would be Josh Giddey, Pascal Siakam, who I would have loved to include, but like the Pacers just suck, and Brandon Ingram, who is a good player on a good Raptors team. It's just I don't think he's like pretty clearly their number 2 guy this year, and I'm just not sure he did enough.
Yeah. No Paolo in the honorable mentions.
Hell no.
Paolo sucks.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Hell no.
The team
Paolo
is
sucks. The team. I mean, he missed
I would pick
time.
Bane over Paolo. I would pick Bane over Paolo.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick either.
I guess. All right, P, who you got?
Okay, so my East reserves: Donovan Mitchell,
Yeah.
Your
Cat,
boy.
Jalen Johnson, Scotty Barnes, Norman Powell, Siakam, Duran, and MPJ.
Wow.
Give the case for Norman Powell.
I think he's probably the most important guy on that Heat team and their playoff team right now.
Oh, don't tell Gibbs that, man. He's
I
gonna
won't tell Gibbs
I
that.
mean, well, no, Gibbs will be excited that you have Norman Powell on the team. I just think Norman Powell gets a little bit of scoring bias. Like, he's a great scorer. He's a great shooter. He's averaging like 23 points a game for the second straight year. But like he doesn't do much more. I'm pretty sure he's solid on the defensive end. He's kind of small. Maybe he's not. I don't really know. But but he doesn't really get many assists. Like I just think the stat line of like 22, 3 and 3 is like pretty unattractive to me
I see what
as
you're
a
saying. I
guard.
mean, I'm probably biased. I'm just like I'm wanting a first time guy in there, and
Oh yeah,
like
I
instead of
love the
Bam or
first time All
something.
Stars. I
Like
love
Bam's better than
Bam.
Norman Powell.
Bam's out. Bam
Oh, is he
offensively has
better than
not been
Norman
there.
Powell, really?
I
Bam
wouldn't.
is better than Norman Powell.
Bam is better than Norman Powell for the defense.
Yeah, for the defense.
Yeah.
I mean, offensively, he's like not really good at all. So it's kind of like,
No, like genuinely, he has. I agree with that this season. Bam has not been a good offensive player. He's got to stop shooting the threes. You,
it's kind of
you, you
like
got to
Mobley.
watch my Jerry like piece
Like
video.
Mobley this season has been pretty poor offensively as well.
Yeah, I didn't pick emo. No
I saw,
bag.
yeah, no,
I
it's
just think like, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make it because the Cavs have struggled. Cavs have struggled so much. I don't know. He gets flack for being like 18 and 8 guy, but like, bro, he averaged 18 and 8 last year. Worse efficiency offensively, but that 18 and 8 got him all NBA second team.
yeah. No,
Again, the
he deserves
team
it, I think.
like I just think if I'm choosing the best players, like Evan Mobley is one of the 12 best players in the East.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, Grud, did you have
Yeah,
MPJ?
I
No.
did have MPJ,
Oh, you
right?
did?
Yes, I
No.
did. Did I not mention it?
Grud,
You did.
also,
You did, Grud.
Brendan,
Yeah.
Brendan, did you have anyone foreign in the East?
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that after because that's gonna screw everything up.
The big
But
bodega, man.
It didn't. I did it for that. I
You had
did the eight
Pascal. You
guys.
had Pascal.
Exactly. No,
you
and then I
made
have
There
two
were seven in
guys,
the West.
you made
and then
sure
I
that
have
there are
two.
well, because how it works is the East and West reserves are gonna get picked as normal, and then if there aren't enough either USA or world players, they're gonna supplement. So I'm just picking
Is
them
that
as
true?
normal.
Yeah.
Yes, it is true.
So
There's no
Oh.
quota. Okay, so they're not cutting guys because they're American or because they're on the world team. They're doing it as normal, and then they're just gonna supplement if there's not enough. So
Oh, then I'd probably have like Emob in there ahead
I
of
guess I can,
Siakam maybe.
yeah, I guess I can count up my guys and see if I add more, but I don't know. We don't need to do
yeah,
that.
Grud, you probably have seven because I think the West is six or seven. I think, the West is like one off. If whether or not you think Alperen Şengün should be in there.
Yeah,
Um, or
yeah.
Danny, one of those two. All right. Anyway, my guys, I've got very similar list. I've got Donovan Mitchell, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Johnson, Emob, Cat, my guy Jalen Duren, and then I do have Paolo here. I have Paolo Banchero. They're they're the 8 seed. Like, I don't know, man. I think he's gonna get in. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't get in. I just think Paolo brings like a level of he's on the same level as these other guys. Maybe, granted a little bit worse, but like Pascal Siakam is on this third worst team in the league. Like
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
it's hard
I
for
don't
me
want to put Siakam in there.
to get him in there. And then Michael Porter Jr. is my last guy. And like again, he's on a bad team, but they're not as bad. Like they're
Yeah,
bad.
and
Um,
his stats are good enough to where it's like you gotta have him in there.
and obviously honorable mentions, Pascal is number one. I think if it's not Banchero, I do think Pascal gets in there. Brandon Ingram, I was thinking maybe the Raptors do get a second All-Star in BI.
Mhm.
I had both of the Heat guys interchangeably. I think you could go Bam, you could go Norm Powell. Derek White was an honorable mention. His stats are pretty abysmal, but would he like coaches love him? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, it is the
Yeah.
coaches. That's true.
winning wise, he brings that.
Yeah,
But his
39%
his
from the field
efficiency
this year.
stinks, man. It's disgusting.
Jeez.
I don't think he
For
deserves to be an
shooting.
all-star, but the coaches again, I love Derek White.
52.
He's a great talent. Mikal Bridges I had on there. I think he's had a
Yeah, I think that's an honorable mention.
yeah,
Yeah, an honorable mention. He's
yeah.
available.
Your guy Josh Giddey, Grud. I do think I
Definitely.
think if not Banchero, I think it's either Giddey or Siakam.
Yeah.
Um, and then
And
Giddey's a foreign guy, man. So
yeah, get him. Honestly, I think the U.S. team might have to supplement because there's so many. I think there's going to be 8 world guys naturally, and there might be more.
I don't think
I
so.
haven't
I don't.
really. I don't know.
No, I don't. It was hard for not
I
hard,
haven't actually done the math.
but it
Well, because
was like I didn't get 8, and I was like looking to get 8. Um,
okay, the East there aren't a lot, but the West there are. So we'll
there,
see.
again, I have 7 in the West, but yeah, and then again, I do agree with you guys. Neither of you had Paolo. I throw him in there just because I think he's a great talent. But yeah, you could convince me that Josh Giddey deserves it. I don't think Embiid just because of the games. But I
Yeah,
think Josh Giddey, Siakam, or Brandon Ingram, any of those three, I'd kind of be fine with for that last spot.
yeah. I do want to before we get into the West, I do want to make a quick case for Embiid. So he's played 27 games, which that's not great, but 27 of 47, that's not horrible. It's not like an egregious all-star appearance. And assuming he stays healthy, like by the time the game comes around, maybe he'll play like 60% of the games by that point. And his counting stats aren't what they used to be, but 26 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists on just around 30 minutes a night. And the traditional field goal percentages and stuff aren't the best, but because of his free throw merchant, whatever you want to call it, his true shooting percentage is 60%, which is above league average. And I don't know. I think the Sixers have been good enough to warrant a second All-Star, and maybe I'm just biased towards Embiid. I just like to see him doing well. He's not like my favorite player in the NBA, but I do like him, and
I don't
I
like
just
him at all.
think
I
I
don't like
just think he's a better choice than well, you guys are Knicks fans. I just think he's a better choice than like
Well, he's a dirty
Josh
player.
Giddey.
tried to injure Mitchell Robinson.
I
Yeah, he's an
understand.
asshole.
No, I understand that. He's
We're not just
polarizing.
Knicks fans, we're basketball fans,
He's
and he tried to hurt.
polarizing.
He tried to hurt maybe the best offensive rebounder of all time.
Yeah, you have a damn good point, like claim for that, man. He's amazing. And Beat, another thing I don't like, he does what all these foreign white players do. Luka, Nikola Jokic, Alperen Şengün, Denny.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if Denny does, but I assume he does. Joel Embiid. All they do is complain.
Yeah.
Everything. And Josh Hart. Josh Hart's a huge complainer. Although, yeah,
Cat.
the arms are always thrown up.
Jokic is
Um,
low key like he used to not complain, bro.
oh
It's
my
so
God.
bad now.
It
His
pisses me
big
off.
ass like
He looks like a doughy out there, whatever. I can't stand it, man. I really can't. Like, it's so frustrating because
Yeah.
these are great talents. And Embiid's amazing. You guys know what I feel about Jokic.
Otani would never.
Luke is great. Josh Hart is amazing. But like, it's so frustrating seeing like they throw the hands up and then you look at the replay. It's like, all right, what the heck are you
Yeah.
complaining about?
Especially when it's Embiid and Jokic. They're like 300 pounds, bro. Like you are
Yeah.
not
They're
that
throwing
is
their bodies
not
every
happening
possession.
by accident. Like get
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But let's get on to the West, man. Pretty similar list in the East. The West is where it's gonna get a little bit antsy, I think.
Yeah, the West is so like the same thing with the playoffs. Like I said, the West, some guys are gonna miss out on All-Star, and it's gonna be crazy. I do need to make one cut right now, and on the fly, I'm just gonna make it. All right,
Okay.
boom.
You want
So
me to go first?
my final list. No, I'll go first. I know my cut.
Sorry.
So my list, it's gonna be, and there's gonna be a little asterisk attached. So I've got KD, Ant, Kawhi Leonard, Chet Holmgren, Jamal Murray, Denny Avdia, and for my last spot, I don't necessarily think he deserves it, but I am operating under the assumption that this is inevitable. LeBron James.
Oh, I didn't even consider LeBron, man.
Yeah,
I
because
considered it and I dismissed it.
Yeah, I did too.
I just like I guess if I were to pick someone else, I would go Devin Booker. I'm just picking LeBron because like, bro, he's gonna be an all-star. I may as well just have it in my it's kind of a prediction, it's kind of an opinion. I'll just say LeBron.
Yeah.
I don't see
Yeah, that's
LeBron not
that's actually
getting
a
it.
really good point, Crud. I didn't even think about that, man. I was just like, for
LeBron will
me, it was like, I
probably
mean,
definitely be an all-star.
Yeah, but it's weird that he usually just gets in as a starter because the fans, but like it kind of signifies a new era. Like the fans didn't carry him in because Bron fans they might be working jobs now. They're in their mid-20s having a midlife crisis. They don't got the time to surf on Twitter and retweet for extra points. Meanwhile, you got Denny Avdia's got the nation of Israel behind him. You've got, I think, the most popular player in voting was Curry or Wemby, maybe? I don't know.
love Wemby, dude.
Sounds right.
Yeah. But it's interesting that LeBron is like maybe not going to get in. I don't know if the coaches are going to put him in.
I do think you're right, though. You have to respect
Yeah,
LeBron.
yeah. Like they're going to respect him.
It
It'll
was
be
Luca, by the
interesting.
way, at 2.2 million.
Oh, it was Luca? Okay.
Then it was Giannis. Then it was Yoke, Brunson, Maxi, then Steph. I love
Yeah,
Max.
so you weren't even close, Brandon.
My bad, bro. My bad.
Uh,
But the starters, Pete, before you go, they're SGA,
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Curry, Luca, Jokic, and Wemby. That is a god squad.
Yeah.
Pete,
yeah. Okay. So my West All-Stars, Anthony Edwards, Jamal Murray, Kevin Durant, Chet Holmgren, Kawhi Leonard, Alperen Şengün, and Devin Booker.
wow.
Okay.
I thought the Suns needed an All-Star. And it was I
Fair
was
enough.
considering Dylan Brooks.
Oh, really? You were considering Dylan Brooks?
Maybe in the
Yes.
East. Maybe in the East.
I don't know. I don't
Give
really.
Dylan Brooks some love.
Dude, it comes back to the I just want to be different. I want to see that.
You know, Brendan, at the end of the day,
Dylan Brooks
I
is
want to
End of the day,
see a
man.
first-time All-Star,
Dude.
bro.
He's shooting 30. Dude, Devin Booker is like there's no like there's no conversation between the two of those guys.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
I
Just
mean, I don't know.
get
Dylan
hey,
Brooks
give Brooks some love,
defensively,
man.
Dylan Brooks is nice, but like, no,
Dylan
there's
Brooks
no
could be
conversation.
prime Kawhi Leonard defensively, dude. I don't care. No,
And
okay, I would care,
it's
but
it's kind of weird that you're leaving Booker off because it's like, damn, the Suns are actually good and Booker's like a great player,
yeah,
but he's kind of having like a pedestrian season, and it's crazy how good of a season you need to be a Western All-Star. Like, I'm happy we all. Kieran, did you go yet? You
I
didn't
haven't
go
gone.
yet, but I'm happy Pete and I both had Jamal Murray. But it's like that shouldn't even be a debate. Jamal Murray is averaging like 26 on like stupid efficiency, but
He's
that's
more
what you
efficient than
need.
Jokic out.
And Pete has just left off a guy who I almost left off, Denny Avdia, who's averaging like 26, 7, and 7. Like it's so crazy.
I'll take Booker and Sengun over him.
There is
It
some statflation. Yeah, you value the winning, and I definitely see the case for Şengün over, one of those guys. But
all right.
yeah,
So I've
Kieran, why
got
don't you go?
I've got the Ant-Man for my Western All-Stars. Ant-Man, KD, Jamal Murray, Kawhi, Chet Holmgren, Alperen Şengün, and you guys make a really good point for this last one. And I think I'm gonna lean Denny. But I do think Devin Booker, like, it goes down to my Paolo argument that I made in the East. It's a little bit hypocritical of me to be like, all right, well, I think the Magic deserve an all-star. It's like the Suns deserve an all-star. So I do think my foreign bias came into play here. And I'm like, hey, Denny's foreign. And obviously, like, they're gonna expand it. But I do think the coaches might as well vote Denny in. Like this team, I was reading a John Hollinger article on The Athletic today, and without Danny Avdia in the lineup, the offensive rating of the Trailblazers is a 101. So it's
That's
101 points in
horrible.
100 possessions. With him on the floor, they're 117. So it's
Yeah.
like it's night and day.
Yeah, his on off net rating this season is 6.7.
Like
It
that's
is plus 6.7. I
yeah.
mean, that is kind of because the Blazers are pretty bad, but yeah, a crazy swing offensively. I do think he deserves to be in there. And the Blazers aren't terrible. They're not great, but it's not like they're
They're in a
some
playing spot.
tanking team. Yeah, they're like, mediocre. And I think that's enough to give a guy who's averaging that stat line. Like sometimes it just comes down to the points, rebounds, assists, man.
Yeah. I do
It's
actually
Some guy
oh, Pico.
some guy that I really thought about putting in was Julius Randle here.
yeah,
I,
me
I
too.
was I was so
No.
close.
In my honorable mentions, I wrote Harden, Kieran's boy Julius, Şengün, and I put Markkinen as an honorable mention because the Jazz aren't that bad either.
I uh I had Booker, I had Harden. It's funny. For as much as I love Julius Randle, I had a slash Rudy Gobert in there. It's almost like for the Heat for me. Like I would take either Heat. I would take either
Yeah,
secondary player on that team. Gobert for the defense. Julius because he is amazing. I would love for him to be an All Star every year. If he was in the East, he would be an All Star. Wish he was still in the Knicks, man. De'Aaron Fox, and then Good. LeBron's inevitable. So it's really
yeah.
like Denny of D is an honorable mention. LeBron is an all-star. Like,
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't realize. So I'm looking at this website that a lot of advanced stats nerds I see on Twitter use called NBARAPM.com because there's this one of those I
raw
don't know,
adjusted.
box plus minus, one of those like all-in-one stats. And this one's called RAPM, right? And it's a good website for stuff on that. But I looked up Gobert. His RAPM is 4.6, which in this is 10th in the NBA. Like I don't there are people who live and die by this, and I'm sure they'd say like, yeah, he is that good. But in today's NBA, I don't think they're putting a guy averaging 11 and 11 in. Like maybe I kind of miss the days where that's an acceptable stat line for All-Star. I liked when Draymond Green made it averaging single digits like in like 2022, but yeah, I think the counting stats just aren't there for Rudy.
Yeah, it's fair. Like even Jared Allen, I like that's the first name that came to mind.
Yeah.
Like in history, but he was 16 and 11 even then.
Yeah, yeah. It's like even those guys are finding their way to
Andre
like
Drummond when he used to do like 14 and 16.
m-
Yeah.
most empty 14 and 16.
Now he's shooting threes. Shout out to Please check out that video.
Shout out Drummond, man.
But boys, is there anything else we want to touch on?
I I don't think so. I'm excited for I'm really excited for the All-Stars to be announced. I gotta look up when
I
are
think
the
it's
All-Stars being announced. Um,
Second here?
the second, yeah.
Sounds right.
all right.
I don't
No,
know.
the first Sunday.
Ooh.
Sunday at 6
Wait,
p.m. on
Sunday.
Peacock. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. I'm excited for that, and obviously football, Super Bowl Sunday next weekend. Super excited about that. But yeah, I thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. This was a lot of fun, and I thank
Mhm.
whoever's watching this right now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you had a blast. Um, but yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Super Bowl, baby.
Let's
All right.
go.